When a point positive charge is moved against an electric field increases, electric field decreases. These two we can't decide. If this represents uniform electric field, understand? If this represents uniform electric field is uniform. Whether we move in the direction of electric field or against the direction of electric field, we cannot decide these two. Okay. Now come to electric potential. E equal to minus dV by dx. Negative potential gradient. This is gradient operator. So in the direction of decrease in potential, there is electric field. So if this is E, in this direction potential decreases. Okay. In this direction potential decreases means a positive charge moves against the direction of electric field means potential increases. Electric potential remains constant. No. A uniform electric field in the plane of the paper is as shown. Here A, B, C, D are the points on the circle. VA, VB, VC and VD are the potentials at those points respectively. Then so in the direction of electric field, potential decreases. So in this direction potential decreases. In this direction potential increases. Okay. Means potential at C is greater than potential at D. This point is at higher potential compared to this. If I draw a perpendicular, then on this perpendicular these two points are found. So potential at A should be equal to potential at B. This says that equipotential line. Equipotential. So these two points are on an equipotential line, or this vertical plane. This plane is equipotential surface. Okay. So these two points are at same potential. VA equal to VB and VC is greater than VD. There is a uniform electric field of intensity E, which is as shown. So this is E. How many labeled points have the same electric potential as the fully shaded point? If we draw a perpendicular, then this line is the equipotential line. Equipotential. Okay. Let me repeat. In the direction of electric field, potential decreases. Against the direction of electric field, potential increases. And these points are at same potential. Therefore, equipotential line or equipotential surface. So there is a shaded point. So this is the equipotential line. On this line, these 3 points are at same potential as this shaded line. So there are three points which are at same potential as the shaded. Therefore 3. Electric potential at a point due to a point charge. Point charge, point P at a distance r, potential is given by constant Q by R. This constant is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. And potential is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity, therefore no question of a vector. Potential is inversely proportional to the distance. Therefore, observe R, there is R square. Electric potential in a given region varies along x-axis. Then the relation between electric field and electric potential is, electric field is minus dV by dx. Okay. In vector notation, E equal to dV by dx into I cap. Observe carefully, there is no negative sign here. vector notation without negative sign. Now dv. dv equal to E and dx. Take dx to other side, E dx. Since this is a scalar quantity, so this should be dot product of electric field and position vector dx, displacement vector, and there is a negative sign. So dot product with negative is the relation between electric field and electric potential. In space, electric potential varies with respect to position. Then observe ijk. In space means potential is a function of x, y, z. If potential varies only along x-axis, then we can write minus dv by dx. In general, E equal to minus dv by dr. So when we are specific about x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, then electric field is minus dou v by dou x into I cap, because electric field is a vector quantity, plus dou v by dou y j cap plus dou v by dou z k cap. So this is how we can choose. So this is the equation when potential varies as a function of x, y, z. X, y, z means in space. Minus vector quantity ijk. There is no negative sign. There is no ijk. There is no ijk. Therefore, this is the equation. And we will be using this equation in other problems. What is the electric potential at a distance 9 centimeter from 3 nanocoulomb? So there is a charge 3 nanocoulomb. This is point P at a distance 9 centimeter. So potential is constant Q by R. Constant is 9 10 power 9. Charge is 3 nano minus 9 by distance. Distance is 9 centimeter. 9 centi. 9 minus 9 10 power minus 9 plus 9. It is 300 volt. A spherical shell of radius 10 centimeter is carrying a charge Q. If the electric potential at a distance 5, 10, 15 centimeter from the center of the spherical shell are V1, V2 and V3 respectively, then this is a spherical shell carrying charge Q. Center. Radius is 10 centimeter. Okay. R is 10 centimeter. Capital R. At a distance 5 centimeter, potential is V1. Here, potential is V1. At 10 centimeter, potential is V2. At 15 centimeter, potential is V3. So if there is a shell charged, then potential inside the shell is constant. So potential at every point inside the shell is same. So V1 equal to V2. And as the point moves away from the shell, potential decreases. So V3 is less than these two. So V1 equal to V2 and V1, V2 are greater than V3. If this is a shell, center, point on the shell, it is charged. Potential at the center is constant Q by radius of the shell. Potential on the surface constant Q by radius, because potential at every point is same on the surface and inside the shell. Okay. And if the point is outside, Consider distance from the center, let it be r. Then potential is constant charge by this distance, small letter r. So as r increases, potential decreases. That is the meaning V3 is always less than these two, and these two are equal. A point charge Q is at the center of a circle of radius A. Radius is A. The work done in carrying a charge Q from A to B. A to B are on the circumference of this circle. Okay. So this circle is equipotential. Equipotential line or equipotential surface. In 3D, equipotential surface. In 2D, equipotential line. So B is at potential V, then A is also at potential A. Then potential difference is 0. Work done in moving a charge from B to A or A to B is delta V into that charge. So charge Q, say Q is moved. Since potential difference is 0, work done is also equal to 0. We know this concept, isn't it? Work done in moving a charge from one point to another point on the equipotential line or equipotential surface is 0. Therefore, 0. Electric potential at a point due to a point charge. Point charge, point P, distance r, potential is constant Q by r. So V is proportional to r power minus 1. Inversely proportional to square of the distance, inversely proportional to root of the distance, independent of the distance. Therefore, this. Two charged spheres of radii r1 and r2 having equal surface charge density. Ratio of their potential is. So potential is directly proportional to r. Therefore, V1 by V2 equal to R1 by R2. Now, understand this. It is given equal surface charge density. So potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R, isn't it? And surface charge density is charge by area. Sphere. So area of sphere is 4 pi r square. Charge is Q. This implies that charge equal to 4 pi r square into sigma. Sigma 4 pi r square. Okay. So this in this equation gives potential equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Charge is sigma 4 pi r square by r. Observe 4 pi get cancels. So potential equal to sigma r square, 1 r get cancels, sigma r by epsilon naught. See, potential is directly proportional to r. This is a constant. And sigma is constant, it is given equal surface charge density. So that is why V is proportional to R. If V is proportional to R, then V1 by V2 equal to R1 by R2. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 2. And which is the most common mistake? Potential is inversely proportional to R. This is potential at a point due to point charge. It is not due to some spherical charge. So if someone uses this, then V1 by V2, they will consider R2 by R1, inversely proportional, 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay, so this is the mistake, common mistake. If 100 joule of work is done in bringing 5 coulomb of charge from infinity to some arbitrary point in an electric field, then the potential at that point is, this is the point charge. From infinity means distance is infinity, potential is 0. At this point, at a distance r, arbitrary point, potential is finite, not equal to 0. So this is the statement of potential at a point, isn't it? So potential equal to work done in bringing some charge from infinity to that point, unit positive charge from infinity to that point. So it is work by charge. Work is 100 joule, charge is 5 coulomb, so it is 20 joule per coulomb. It is V, 20 volt. Electrical potential at a distance r from a proton in air is, so potential is constant Q by R. This constant is 9×10⁻⁹. Charge is charge of a proton, 1.6 10⁻⁻19 by distance. See, distance R in all the options. So retain R. 1.616 into 9 is 144, 14.4 minus 19 plus 9 is minus 10. So it is 1.44 10⁻⁻9 by R. Electric potential is non-zero at, students, observe this question. Electric potential is non-zero at means we have to check all the 4. Infinite distance from, this is from, a point charge Q. Infinite distance from a point charge Q, yes. If this is point charge Q, if distance is infinity, then electric potential is 0. True. We want non-zero. A point midway between two equal and opposite charges. This is plus, this is minus. Midway between these two charges means potential due to positive charge plus 20 volt, say 20 volt. Potential due to negative charge minus 20 volt. So resultant is 0. So we want non-zero. Circumference of an equilateral triangle when identical charges are placed at the vertices. Circumcenter. This is the triangle, these are the charges. Circumcenter. Potential due to each charge at the center is V. Due to 3 charges means 3V. So potential at the center is not equal to 0. So center of a square when charges plus Q minus Q plus Q and minus Q are placed at the corners of the square. Square Q minus Q, Q minus Q at the center. So these distances are equal. Because of Q at the center, potential is V. Because of minus Q, minus V. Because of Q, plus V. Because of minus Q, minus V. And sum of these equal to 0. So potential at the center due to this charge distribution is 0. Therefore, nature of equipotential surface for a point charge is, for a point charge, this is an equipotential surface. It is a sphere. This is one more equipotential surface. So potential at every point on a sphere is constant. So that is why this is an equipotential surface. This is another equipotential surface. Plane with a charge, no. Sphere with charge at the center, yes. Sphere with charge on the surface of the sphere, no. Ellipsoid, no. It is this. If a charged spherical conductor of radius 10 centimeter has a potential V at a point distant 5 centimeter from its center, then the potential at a point distant 15 centimeter from the center will be. So look at these values. Which is the common mistake? It is 5 by 15, 1 by 3. 1 by 3 times V. So this is the common mistake. Observe, if this is a spherical shell charged, radius is r equal to 10 centimeter, then potential V is at a distance 5 centimeter. So at 5 centimeter potential is V. At a distance 15 centimeter potential is V dash. What is V? Potential inside the sphere. So potential inside the sphere is constant charge by radius of the sphere. It is not this distance, it is total radius, which is 10 centimeter. Potential outside the sphere means constant charge by distance. This distance is 15 centimeter. Therefore, V dash by V equal to constant Q by 15, constant Q by 10. Constant Q, 10 goes to numerator, 10 by 15 is 2 by 3. So V dash equal to 2 by 3 times V, 2/3 of V. 3 identical point charges, each Q, are at the vertices of an equilateral triangle. Fine. Q. Potential energy of the system is, equilateral triangle means distances are equal, and potential energy of the system is constant Q by R, Q by R, plus discharge by distance, Q by R, plus charge by distance, Q by R, 3 times. Therefore constant 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 3 Q square by R. This is potential energy of a system of 3 charges which are equidistant from each other, means they are at the vertices of an equilateral triangle. Constant 3 Q square by R, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 3 Q square by R. Three charges Q, capital Q, Q are placed at equal distances along a straight line. Q, capital Q and small q. If the total potential energy of the system is 0, the ratio capital Q by small q. So it is 1 by 4. This is a standard result. Okay. If there are 3 charges like this, which are on a line, and the third charge is at the midpoint of the line joining identical charges. This distance is r, this is also r. Potential energy of this system means constant q1 q2 q by distance plus q by distance plus q these two charges q by this distance is 2r. equal to 0, because it is given potential energy of the system is 0. Constant cannot be 0, therefore this should be equal to 0, isn't it? Q by R is 2Q by R plus, let me take this to the other side, minus Q by 2R. R get cancels, small q get cancels, so capital Q is minus Q by 4. So this charge should be 1/4 of this charge and opposite sign. Since magnitude is asked, capital Q by small q equal to 1 by 4. That is this. Two identical mercury drops, each of radius r, are charged to the same potential V. This is one drop with charge Q, potential is V. Second drop, charge Q, potential is V. If the mercury drops coalesce to form a bigger drop of radius r, then potential of the bigger drop, these two are combined to become a bigger drop. Q are combined, therefore total charge is 2Q. And what is the potential? If radius of smaller sphere is r, then radius of bigger sphere is cube root of n into r, where n is number of drops. Okay. Y means if these two are combined, then volume of the bigger drop, equal to n times, or in this case 2 times volume of smaller drop. What is volume of bigger drop? Since it is a sphere, 4 by 3 pi r cube. 2 times volume of smaller drop is 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi get cancels. So radius of bigger, take cube root r, take cube root of 2 r cube root is r. So in general, radius of bigger drop equal to n times cube root of n times the radius of smaller drop. Fine. Now potential is constant Q by R. Our potential is proportional to Q by R. Potential of bigger drop by potential of smaller drop equal to, potential of bigger drop means total charge is 2Q because Q are combined. Radius of bigger drop is 2 cube root into R. Potential of smaller drop, small charge by small distance. Q by R get cancels. We are left with 2 by 2 to the power of 1 by 3, which is 2 to the power of 2 by 3. So this is 2 power 1 minus 1 by 3 equal to 2 to the power of 2 by 3. This implies that potential of bigger drop equal to 2 by 3 times potential of smaller drop. 2 to the power of 2 by 3. This can be generalized to potential of bigger drop equal to n to the power of 2 by 3 times potential of the smaller drop. The electric potential V at any point, all in meters, in space is given by potential is 4x square. The electric field at the point 1, 0, 2 is, so electric field equal to negative potential gradient. So this is the gradient operator. with negative sign. Differentiate this with respect to x. It becomes 8x. So electric field at 1, 0, 2 equal to 1. X equal to 1. Substitute x equal to 1. What we get is minus 8. In vector notation, there is I cap. There is I cap. I cap. And this is I cap. What do you mean by minus I cap? Negative x-axis. Negative x-axis. Magnitude is 8. 8 along negative x-axis.